I'm Angela, and I just started a teacher pay teacher store called Creativity Overload Lesson in Design. And I started it 1 month ago today. So I thought it might be helpful to share what I've learned in 1 month. Obviously, I am by no means an expert, and I'm just really learning, and I'm pretty much learning from scratch. So I thought I might share some helpful tips. I've got 5 tips and 1 don't that I think would be helpful for people that are just starting out like me. So ever since I was a little kid, probably like some of you, I wanted to be a teacher. And I always had a dream once I got into education that I would create some teacher creative idea book. I had all these ideas. I even had like a little journal I kept these ideas in. It never happened. I never created anything. When Teacher Pay Teacher came out, I was super excited. I thought, this is it. I will get into Teacher Pay Teacher. Well, it wasn't until exactly a month ago that I got back into Teacher Pay Teacher. Come to find out, I actually had created a seller's account 8 years ago, but I had done nothing with it. So I finally am extremely motivated. It's on my bucket list. It has been for years. I love designing lessons. I love teaching. Why don't I put those all together? And Teacher Pay Teacher is the place to do that. So this is what I've learned in 1 month. First, be prepared for a lot of work. We all have these great ideas going around in our heads and spinning all over, and we can implement them in the classroom pretty easily, but putting them into a product that you're going to put on Teacher Pay Teacher is a whole nother story. Everything takes a lot of time. So just know that up front. I didn't realize quite how much time. Now, I love it. I am totally enjoying it, but I'm going to have to find some sort of balance because for me, a free product is taking 3 to 4 hours to make. Now, granted, on tip number 2, I'll share probably why that is. Maybe other people wouldn't take as long. And then also, well, for my longer, bigger products, I'm looking at 60, 70, 80, maybe even 100 hours to put a well-designed lesson with multiple pieces together. So it is a lot of work, okay? Not that it's not fun, but it is a time commitment. 2, you gotta become some tech savvy. That is something that I needed to work on. I still need to work on. So here's a couple quick tips on tech. You've got to know PowerPoint. I had no idea. I was shocked that PowerPoint was what people were using. What? I thought that was that old school thing that you sometimes use to put up some slides, and I had done that before, but I had never thought that I would create my products in PowerPoint. But PowerPoint is amazing. It does really cool things. You can add all these graphics and overlay on top of each other. I didn't know how to do any of that. If you're interested, I could make some quick videos to help you out because I definitely have learned. But there's videos out there already by Teacher Pay Teacher sellers and also just by Googling it. Quick things in PowerPoint. You're going to want to change your slides, customize your slides to be 8.5 by 11. That's a regular sheet of paper. That's crucial. Also, I couldn't figure out for the longest time why people's thumbnails were those perfect, cute little squares and mine were these long rectangles. Okay, change the custom size to 24 by 24, and that will do that for you. Another thing, I had to learn how to open a zip drive. I'd never done that. I hated those compressed files. Okay, right click, extract all. So little things like that, you've got to become a little bit tech savvy, and maybe that is part of the problem that it's taking me so long to make my products. Moving on, tip number 3 is stalk the scene. Figure out what's going on with other people, other Teacher Pay Teachers. Obviously, don't copy them, but go in and look at their products. Look at how they're formatted. Look at what prices they're asking. See how many reviews that they have. Some great tip is when you search in the top of the Teacher Pay Teacher bar, it will say right underneath it the most popular searches, so you can see what is popular out there. Also, before you make a product, type it in and see if there's already 300 products like that. I mean, for example, I made a great outsider introduction that I do every year. I put it together in Teacher Pay Teacher and made a digital version, and I thought, this is awesome. I went to find my own product, and I did not find that until page 56 of a search of the outsiders. And I don't know how long it goes on. So you want to make sure that you're not making things that everybody else already has out there. You want to see what's popular, what's selling, what people are, how they're laying things out, so that you don't waste a lot of time, or you can't be found. Okay, 4. I didn't realize that it is super important to have fonts and clip art. I thought that you could just go to Google and copy things and paste them in, but that is completely illegal. Okay, so you've got to check the terms of use and see if people on Teacher Pay Teacher will allow you to use their clip art or their font for commercial use, and if so, you're going to need to give them credit. So Teacher Pay Teacher has some fantastic fonts that I've been using. Some are free, some you might need to purchase a little bit, but then you'll have them permanently. Also, I thought it'd be really hard to upload a font onto my Word or to my, well, you don't really use Word, but into my PowerPoints and things. Now it's super easy, super easy. All you do is really install after you open the compressed file. Okay, so some 2 sites that also are helpful besides going to Teacher Pay Teacher to get your fonts and clip art is Pixabay. It's free, copyright-free images that you can use. And then also for fonts, it's called Font Squirrel. And I will put both of those links in the description below. But those have been lifesavers, and I found a ton of fonts for free there, and then also clip art. Tip number 5, set some goals. Keep track of those goals. So something that I've done, and I keep looking over as you can tell, is I just have a little journal. It's a recycled journal. And as ideas come to me, that's why I call myself creativity overload, because I do always have tons of ideas. I just jot them down. I mean, it's a hot mess, but I have all these ideas written down, as well as how to unzip a file and how to add this or that. So I'm keeping everything in one place, and it's at my fingertips. So as inspiration comes to me, I can write it down and I won't forget it. Also, be realistic with what you're expecting. And I am preaching to the choir here, because I don't know very many people that have started their Teacher Pay Teacher store and it's just skyrocketed. Okay, you've got to have patience. As I already said, it takes a lot of time to make a product. I was so happy when I sold my first product, and I realized 30 hours and I got $2. But you know what? It wasn't about that. Honestly, I was so excited that somebody liked my idea and that they were going to be implementing it somewhere else. That is so, I think for a teacher, that's the biggest compliment you can get. So, but be patient. I have set myself small, reasonable goals. For example, making this video, I decided I was going to make my very first YouTube video after a month. I have no idea if anybody will watch it. I have no idea if I'll get any followers, but set realistic goals, okay? I've read on some of the other Teacher Pay Teacher posts that they had making more products. So maybe by a certain benchmark, you would want to have a certain amount of products. Currently, right now, I think I have 15 sellable products in a month, and I don't know, maybe 14 sellable products and 3 or 4 free products. My goal by 6 months is to have closer to 50. So make yourself realistic goals that you think you can reach, knowing that this will take a lot of time. And keep track of those goals in a journal. Okay, my final tip is actually a don't. And this goes against everything everybody has said. I don't think in the beginning you should get the app. And I'm talking about the cha-ching Teacher Pay Teacher app. Everybody says, oh, get that, and then you can hear the cha-chings. Well, how about you don't hear the cha-chings? That is what's depressing. So I have a goal down the road that I will get the app, but that goal will happen once I feel like I'm starting to sell enough that it won't like kill my self-esteem every single day. I'm already checking my email all the time, which I need to stop. So that would be my one tip, is just to wait on the app and maybe make it one of your goals down the road. Okay, so I hope this was somewhat helpful. I do have some next steps, and maybe I can share those in my next video. One big thing, and I know that this is something I need to work on, is I need to know how to market. I need to do some research on that. I have read that it's really important that you have an Instagram tied to your store. Pinterest apparently is really big. So, and I'm thinking about a blog. I don't have any of those things right now. So those are some goals down the road. And I've heard that if you do that, that's easier to get followers. Why do followers matter? Followers aren't about just building your self-esteem. Followers help your store get credibility. Just like when you go to Amazon, you look and see how many stars does that product have before you buy it. When you look at the Teacher Pay Teacher store, you want to see something with a lot of followers. So I think the best way to do that is to get yourself out there, and that is for me stepping out of my comfort zone. But I think that is something that I have on my goals and some of my next steps. So So good luck with your Teacher Pay Teacher store. If you would like to follow me, I've got the link down in the description. That would be fantastic. If you have any questions or if you want to share the link with your store, I'll follow you and we can maybe work together and collaborate, because I hear that is another fantastic thing to do. Have a fantastic, wonderful day and good luck with your store. And I hope to see you in 3 to 6 months with some more tips. Ciao.